Dixon'S got some big goals for Stellar. Well, so do XLM fans. They got something in common. We'll talk price action. A big shot from Ripple's got some expectations as well. I heard the number 10 billion. We'll talk XRP price, IPO update, PPI drop-in rates, along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Along with some green up on the screen, but we all wish it was some more. And you, the viewer, matter most. That's why I share your comments at the beginning of every video. He Black the Voter, love the name by the way, says I'm sick of getting excited about a $3 XRP after hearing nothing but huge news about its potential. Go already. Well, isn't that part of the problem of the hopium train? Haven't I been saying for such a long time that, dude, hopium is like the worst thing out there because it sets what? Unrealistic expectations. Bro, we're going to be $10,000 by Friday. Bro, blow me. No, not bro, gals. I don't swing that way. I don't put my leg over the fence. Steve Hopp says, I'm going to have a seizure unless the government gets going and approves some ETFs for real. Are they delaying and just waiting for the regs? A lot of you think so. Heat map, like I said, green, but we wish there was more. ADA, 88 cents. XRP, 2.99. It's meh. Let's start it off with Ripple news. Ripple exec says victory over the SEC was a watershed moment. Okay, I get that, but let's go to the juicy numbers. McDonald. Which McDonald am I talking about? Ronald McDonald? No. Jack McDonald, Ripple's senior vice president of stablecoins, recently told Japanese cryptocurrency media outlet CoinPost that Ripple's legal victory was juicy. He also believes that RLUSD can reach a $10 billion market cap quickly. Right now, they're at 723 million. So you're at 7.2% of your goal. Lofty expectations, my guy. Now, stablecoins have gotten the regs, and most of the stablecoins, I think, are happy with the position and happy with the idea they've gotten their regs. And I will say this, these stablecoins like RLUSD are backed by what? Short-term treasuries, United States debt. So the United States government's happy about it, and they believe there's going to be a lot of growth. In fact, even the Democrats' biggest pushback to stablecoins had to deal with like corruption and protection, that kind of stuff. But even they were like, yo, the stablecoin market is going to be huge because they know a lot of players are going to be buying and getting into it. Okay, so McDonald is like, yo, RLUSD is going to get to $10 billion quickly. All right, let's keep learning. Bitcoin may hold above 114,000 as August's PPI drop boosts Fed's rate cut. Okay. PPI, the producer price index. CPI, consumer, me and you, producers with the producers base. So if the producers have to pay a lot for their shit, they pass it on to us, right? Well, the PPI drop falling, good for us, suggests manufacturers face less upward pricing pressure, which can ease expectations for tighter monetary policy. Core PPI, excluding food, energy, trade, however, rose 0.3% month over month, blah, 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 blah. Basically, look, we are not seeing that much pressure being put on the producers, which is good, which means we're what? Jerome Powell is more likely to cut it. I'm still kind of the camp where I think he might pause one more time, like just being a dumbass, and then come at it with the 50 because he overcooks the turkey. Throwing it out there. Figure boosts its IPO size to nearly 800 million. Don't care about that. What I care about is Gemini. I personally don't, but I know you out there might be, so I'm going to show you the news. Gemini also ups its price range. That's interesting. NASDAQ invested a bunch. It was either 40 or 50 million that NASDAQ got into to Gemini. So now all of a sudden, Gemini is like, well, wait a minute. We got some big names wanting to get into our shit. We're going to be getting a lot of investment. We can retool. Maybe that'll help us be profitable. This would be really cool. Meanwhile, crypto exchange Gemini, founded by the Winklevoss twins, also raises IPO price range from $24 to $26 per share, boosting its expected raise to $433 million from previous $317 million. So that would give them a whole bunch more. The offering size remains the same. That's good, okay? Because that means they're not diluting the shares. That means they're not throwing a whole bunch more out there. They're keeping the shares the same, but they're expecting to get more. So they're raising their price per share, keeping the shares the same, getting a higher valuation for the company. Oh, pretty cool. That's a good move, okay? The exchange has further secured confidence from NASDAQ, okay, which agreed to purchase $50 million. I thought it was 40 or 50 million. There you go. Public debut is slated for Friday, coming up with the firm targeting a valuation of over $3 billion. Here is that filing right there with the SEC. As always, every article you see in this video, all my other ones will be linked in the description below. Their symbol is GEMI, and here is their thing. Their common stock will be between $24 and $26. Got it right there. Dixon now. Talked a little bit of Ripple news there in the beginning. Got a little Stellar XLM news there at the end. We've got a little bit of a utility crypto sandwich. Interesting. Stellar CEO pushes for bigger growth, targets 1 billion TVL to boost network traction. Dixon, however, she emphasized the need for faster expansion, particularly in the TVL total value locked. The Stellar CEO suggested that reaching a $1 billion TVL milestone on Sorabam, the network's smart contract platform, is among her key goals. Despite referring to the $1 billion target as a vanity number, she acknowledges that it, yes, is a critical role. For context, Stellar has a TVL of 143 million, 14% of their goal. Okay, so 14% on their way there, and hoping for a $1 billion goal. Okay. I mean, again, like, lofty expectations, not just from the Ripple camp, but from the Stellar camp as well. And I'm going to say to both Dixon and both to Jack McDonald out there, you can have these lofty goals, and I think all companies should, and all big execs should, CEOs, whoever the hell you want to be. How are you going to get there? What are you going to do to get there? What is Dixon going to do to increase TVL? To increase trust, to increase usage. I think right now in crypto, we're all at that big crossroads where everyone's running pretty much the same playbook, right? Like, everyone's got kind of smart contracts. Everyone's got, like, tokenization playbook that they're running. Everyone's kind of doing the same thing with stable coins. Like, everyone's got stable coins on their chain. Like everyone's kind of doing all the same shit. So for you to grow like these big amounts, right? McDonald right now talking about 723 million market cap for RLUSD and wanting to grow it to 10 billion. Whoa, you're going from 7%. That's where you're at right now. 7% and you're going, you want to grow. That's, whoa, man, that's lofty. How are you going to get there? You're going to have to do a lot, right? For Dixon to come out here and to say, yo, I want to grow TVL by that much. Well, Stellar, you've been around for a while. What are you going to do to change your trajectory? You're going to have to do something obviously different. You can't keep running the same playbook and expect different results. By the way, the all-in crypto thing, it is right here. If you want to listen in a little bit, you are welcome to do so.
The growth on the Stellar network.
Well, so though I love those numbers, but we need them bigger. We need them to be more and more and more. We need to see total value locked on Sorabon to be $1 billion. We need to see all of these things happen, and we need to see it happen.
And like I said, it's all linked down below. Check it out. Like I said, credit going to CoinDesk for the interview. It comes down to what are these crypto chains going to do? And this isn't just a Stellar or Ripple thing. This is everyone here. Right? What are the next generation of stablecoins going to do? Because they're all doing the same thing. What are the next generation of store of value players going to do? Because everyone is running the same playbook. Franklin Templeton is partnered up with pretty much frickin' everyone. Everyone's got like a Canary Capital ETF. Everyone's got an ETF from this player or that player. Everyone's got a Grayscale ETF, right? Like everyone's doing the same shit. So what's going to separate you? Right? What's going to get you to those lofty goals? So speaking of Stellar, they're right now 15th in market cap. Again, a number that doesn't really mean too much because, again, circulating supply and price, there's not too much of a correlation there, but it is a number that we use to kind of throw everything together. Right now, up 40% over the last 90 days. That's a pretty strong move compared to the rest of the crypto market, sitting at 38 cents. Volume for XLM, 220 million. Comparatively for XRP, volume $4.23 billion. So there's a definite gap in volume right there. But if you look at Stellar right now, what are we noticing? Yeah. Little different pattern, right? You kind of notice that they had that big initial move on the election news, and then a real hefty sell-off pressure, and then again another big move on crypto week, and then a sell-off pressure again. XRP had a little bit more stabilization move right around that $2 mark, where XLM had a lot of trouble finding the floor until what? Until crypto week was announced. So we get back to that whole like, not just what are you going to do ecosystem wise, but like the speculative holders out there going, okay, well, what's going to break for this? What's going to change? What's going to be the next revelation here? And you're seeing a separation, right? Laggards versus performers in this market, not just in the volume sense, but the price action sense as well. You could look at it comparative natures. You could look at it, obviously, you look at it market cap, but you could look at it in plenty of different ways too. The ETF, how many people are filing for it and so forth. So there's many different indicators out there. Price-wise, look, the deal is, where did you get in? Are you an OG viewer that got in a year ago, 2024, earlier and before that? You're sitting pretty still. 38 cents for you, you're still a winner because a year ago you're great. Did you get in on all the hopium? All the players going, oh, bro, we're going to multiple dollars. Where I kept sitting here going, bro, you ain't pushing $1 at all. Like, there ain't no freaking way you're pushing $1. But remember, it's all about those expectations. That's why I bring your comments up. Because remember, what did He Black the Voters say? I'm getting excited about $3 XP after hearing nothing but huge news about its potential. Again, because where is the potential news coming from? The hopium monkeys, where they're like, oh, bro, we're going to move trillions, and those trillions are going to do this. And again, Danelle can say whatever she wants about TVL. TVL and price have no correlation. Jack McDonald can say whatever he wants about RLUSD. RLUSD and the price of XRP, there's no correlation. The biggest moves right now from crypto come on regs. And regs ain't going to be happening this month. We will get a markup vote at the end of this month, which hopefully gives us a little bit of a pumperino. But the big moves are going to come in October, November, when the Senate really wants to get down to business and actually put crypto regs work in. And I think this goes for all of us right now in the crypto space. We're all waiting for the next big move, for someone to make that step, because it's all become a big blob again. Everyone is doing tokenization. Everyone is launching stable coins. USDC is on how many chains? Stellar's got how many? It's all the same crap right now. And no one's really innovating anything that's any different than what someone else is doing. And they're all running the same playbooks, and everyone's dumping on the market every month. And it's all just the same crap. So who's going to do it, right? Who's going to really break the mold and just kind of come out and shock the world with something that people actually want to use? Because right now, I guarantee that the majority of you out there are just using your phones just to trade, right? I mean, you're not using crypto other than speculativeness in nature. And that's okay, but I think we all know that, like, we got to get out of that, and we got to get into more usage of it. So let's see what happens. Either way, bold wants, bold desires from both the Stellar camp and the Ripple camp. There's nothing wrong with that, but what you're going to do to get there, that's what matters. Price action, we're in the new friend zone. This friend zone's a little bit different, but then again, it's all relative on when you got in. If you got in at the peaks of the last move, then you're sitting here going, okay, this is kind of boring. If you got in here a year ago, you're like, oh, this is juicier. We got more protection, more floor under us. And if you bought at the peaks of the last move, you're sitting here going, bro, when is this going to get better? Well, it's going to get better when the government starts talking regs. Simple as that. CPI data live stream tomorrow. FOMC meeting the week after that. We got markup a couple weeks after that from the Senate. And then we start talking about regaronis more on the freak, baby. Oh, and maybe more rate cuts after that, like a quarter here, a quarter there. Jerome's in the mood. Speaking of in the mood, I sent my wife a naughty snap video this morning. There you go. Choo-choo what? Well, the sign says it behind me, baby. Oh, you can't read? I'm sorry. Let me say it for you then. Choo-choo bitches. And work on the reading part. It'll help you in life. And comb your hair. It helps you too.